Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. How has your weekend been? I have to admit that I am enjoying the very long summer. We are still having this fall in Timișoara, such a great weather that keeps me outside a lot. And it got me thinking how never give up gets one to be sometimes too motivated into not doing the right things as I have done these days while staying outside a few hours more than I had planned to, but no regrets. And let me tell you why. If you enjoy doing something, it means that you need to fully be there, emerge, and get your batteries completely full with that positive energy. And let's see how we get to be so much more mindful when we do certain things. So, not to be regretting anything, or even worse, feeling guilty that we took that path instead of doing something else, instead of choosing a different way. The thing with our mind is that it is beyond fascinating how quick we make connections click. We have around 55,000 kilometers of neural connections in our mind. Those amazing sparks that get to connect one idea, one miniature part of the brain with another one, thus creating so much energy and vibration and life and ideas and creativity. And on the other side, it gets you to be maybe not as positive as you would had hoped, because all this beauty that we have inside our mind gets to be by default rather negative. And let me tell you why. Your mind has been programmed and designed by our Creator, by God, by the universe. Call, call this force whichever makes you more comfortable, in order to keep us safe and alive. As our mind is looking for problems, it is doing its best to make sure that nothing dangerous happens to you. And this is amazing because you are alive and enjoying this amazing existence of yours. However, you need to be mindful that in time, you can change the way your mind reacts when you deal with change. The issue that your mind faces most is dealing with change because it sees anything that is different from what you've done before as potential danger. Okay, you are trying to change, not staying so late at the office with a healthier lifestyle. Okay, but you survived by doing this before. You stayed late at the office. You are perfectly okay and alive. Why do you need to change your lifestyle and be towards a more balanced life work strategy? Why do you want to do this? And your mind gets to put all sorts of breaks so that you don't go with your plan too easy. It is trying to test you to see whether, okay, are you really serious? Are we going to be safe? And this is amazing because once you get to understand this, your business self, your professional self, along with a very trained mindset, is going to create the most amazing, most fearless professional version of yourself. Now, let's see how we can get to understand how our mind gets to be very ambitious and stubborn when you give it something to do. And this is a very fine line, my fearless friends. This is a very important talk because last week I spoke a lot about never give up, how important it is to go towards your dreams. But be very careful, be mindful here when you use never give up, because you need to be so careful, very cautious about the context you put this into. Unless you are strictly referring to, okay, never give up on the big picture, on the big dream, the bigger image that needs to be very appealing so that you move towards it full speed ahead. Like this little thing that I have here with me. It's actually not a little thing, it's kind of a huge plane because I'm such a fan of planes. And as soon as you get to use never give up with other things in your professional life, it gets a bit concerning because, my fearless friend, in order to get to where you want to that big picture that I suggest you always use the concept of never give up with, you need to know that there is a lot of test and trial and error and do it all over again and trying new things and testing out maybe a new business partner, a new business strategy, or a new business, or changing that job, having a bigger team in your company, or having more employees in your second business. The possibilities are limitless and unlimited to what we can do with our businesses. But never give up may never be applied when it comes to specific actions and concepts in business and around fears. You need to know when it's time to say no and when it's time to give up, to test something else. If you are, let's say, in a business for around 1 year and things are not looking too good, you either don't have the right niche, or you have all sorts of fears, or something is simply not working, you're not having clients, then you need to make some changes. You need to either go to a different program, go to a coach, talk with your mentor, change the niche, have new business partners. And you need to know that there are things that you need to give up so that you can be better after you finish with that thing that may be holding you back. You need to know that you can thrive maybe the very second after you say no to something that has been pulling you down for a very long time in your professional life. Never giving up may also be a sign of you being very stubborn. You may be a manager in a company and you have all sorts of ideas about how to implement a new strategy that gets your employees to be happier, to be more fulfilled, to be fear free. And this process that you have been following for quite some months is not giving you the results that you had hoped. I suggest you always test out 6 months something before moving to something new. Make sure that you have done everything that you should have in order to make sure that this is 100% your best. And if things don't go according to your plan, it's okay to say no. It's okay to give up and to go with something else, to try a new mentor, a new coach, a new strategy, a new approach, a new business partner, a new job, and so on. Never think that if you have committed to something, that is it. There's nothing else that you can do. There's nothing more. You already said you'll be doing this, and it stops here. No, you have the right, you have your birthright to test and say no and change your mind and do whatever it takes so that you can go to the big picture, the one I was telling you about earlier. The big goal that is so appealing, that gets you to move, that gets you to change strategies to update to become the best version of yourself. And that's the place where you need to use never give up. Never give up on your dreams, my fearless friends. And let me know, how is this going for you? Have you ever been stubborn enough so that you stayed in one thing for more than a year? Let me know in the comments below and let me see how I can help you get right back on track with your business mindset regarding fears. And if you want more, go on my website, roxanapopet.com, and download the 7-step guide to permanently conquer your fears. You are going to love this very practical exercise that teaches you how to keep your fears under your control and how to keep anything that is no longer serving you away from your mindset for good. Have an awesome weekend ahead. Have a great Sunday and an amazing start of your week.